Yeah, we're just talking very politely about you.
Very politely.
Just
We might have each had intercourse with your cardboard board.
all of us.
Is that why it was so sticky?
Okay, we're good. We're fine. We're fine. We're good.
Hey,
Are
I just have to say, like, your cardboard cutouts pretty good. It's awesome.
Yeah, it actually stays stiff for a really long time.
Yeah. I know. See, that's Colin's sense of humor I was trying to channel. He said he stays stiff for a long time.
Yeah, but he didn't say hard, which proves he's just much more genteel than I am.
Touche. So we tried to reenact the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, never a good idea.
Okay. And it was more like the Golden Gate Bridge. Really long.
Where was
The cardboard, like your feet were my crotch, and your head was at Brianna's crotch, but it was like a mile away. It was just uncomfortable fake sex with Brianna. I've had a lot.
a lot of uncomfortable fake sex?
Cardboard.
Church fair, right? Oh, it's everyone. So glad to hear it. Well, I have nothing to say. Do you guys have questions that you want to ask? That's the traditional format that we use here. But
Are we loud?
oh, there's a list?
There's a question.
Hold on, I'm getting the call.
I'll be ready.
Hello? Yeah, bad reception. Well played.
People are so quick. It's like,
People are sprinting to get in line.
oh, we should
Hi.
have finished off we didn't get to yesterday.
That would have been a better idea.
Yeah.
Did I get my credit out of Vancouver yesterday? No, not yesterday. They got stuff, but it's okay. I'm not a very good travel agent, I found out yesterday. You know that, actually, firsthand, having traveled to Haiti and Nicaragua with me, and Russia. Yeah. You're welcome. You're still alive. What's that? Yeah, sue me. All right. Hi. How's it going?
Pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's it?
What's your name?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm in Canada. That's
Yeah. Did you do Gishwas this year?
Yes.
How did they treat you?
You know what? Not my favorite dishes, if I'm being honest.
Okay, well, hold on. I did not ask you to be honest. What's that?
That's how it treated me. I just felt like my emotions were important there.
Gishwas treated you?
Yeah, that's what you just asked.
How did it treat you? Okay, well, I didn't mean for you to say anything negative. I mean, the social races here.
Okay, you know what? It was amazing as always.
That's what I thought.
Is it my turn now? That's not the question.
Did your name get called from the list earlier? I think that you might be in the wrong place right now.
Where else should I be?
Sitting in the back.
Maybe about this birthday.
Okay. All right. Touche. You won this round. So, usually sucked this year for you.
No, it doesn't suck. I like items on others better.
Oh, you didn't like the items?
I like open-ended items, and there weren't as many.
Uh-huh.
I like.
I'm not asking you for your input right now.
I think a poll from the office. I
No.
think that would be bad.
No, we are not doing polls. This is not a democracy. No. Stand down. What's your question?
Okay, I was just going to ask what the most inappropriate thing you did in college was.
Homework. I have been recently going back through, I was a prolific journaler during college. And I have recently been going back and looking at my journal entries from college. And this is something that I don't think any person should do. Because it is like peeking into the mind of a crazy person. I was nuts. I cannot believe this. I was on. Okay! I knew that coming up here today was a mistake. And of course, the entire audience said, was? This is not your turn to talk. Stop it.
Sorry.
It's like the Arab Spring in Vancouver. It's happening right now. As protesters took over the Western Bay Shore in Vancouver, they blockaded the doors and burned cardboard cutouts. So my journal entries, I would say things like, all right, I made all of these proclamations. Like, from now on, I am going to, run 15 miles a day and sleep no more than 3.5 hours a night. Hey! This is a really heckling group. And I blame you, actually. So, and really, really unrealistic expectations I had for myself at every turn in my journal. It was full of exuberance or really, really sort of self-pitying depression. And it was at one end of the spectrum or another. And I was always handing in my papers just a few minutes. I was always journaling, because this was back in the days of dot matrix printers. You probably never heard of them. But I was always journaling on my laptop while waiting for my papers to print out, being like, oh, why have I done this again? I procrastinated, and now I'm like, it's due right now, and it's still printing. That happened over and over again in my journal. But inappropriate things, well, I duct taped some people. There was an elaborate network at the University of Chicago of steam tunnels that went under the entire university campus. And so I went to a flea market and bought bolt cutters and opened up the locks into the steam tunnels so that I could navigate from any building to any other building in the middle of the night and raid pantries. I'm not lawyer, but I think statute of limitations wise, I'm clear on that one. I don't think they could sue me for that, could they?
Restitution.
Again, I'm not an attorney, so I don't know the ins and outs of this. Yeah, thank you. See, that's the kind of heckling legal advice that I can give. Yeah, I don't know. It's a really good question. I did a lot of things. I did a lot of things that good people don't do. I don't know how inappropriate much of my behavior was. But I did one thing that I think is considered immoral. I went to the department chair and I said, you know, they have all these requirements for the major. Like at my school, you had to do 2 full years of coursework, and then for your major, you had to do additional coursework. And it's like a real hassle. So it was junior year, and it was at the point where I had to sort of like shuffle things around. What major am I closest to fulfilling right now? And I went into the social theory guy's office, and I was like, listen, you have a lot of requirements here. The major, they don't look that interesting to me. So I was wondering if you could sign off on me, like, still getting the major, but not taking all the classes. And the department chair was like, no, are you nuts? That's the whole point of a major. No. And so the next semester was fall semester senior year, and now it's really time to know what you're doing. And I brought in a bunch of paperwork to his office, the chair, and I said, here's the paperwork he said he would sign at the end of last semester about me not taking those classes. And he was like, oh, okay. It's a good trick. Just give a few months in between. People are like, I do remember your face. All right. Anyway, what have you done inappropriate in college? I probably should not have asked that, but I did. It is now.
And you go to like Gishers group and stuff. There's this fountain at my school. I go to the University of Washington, and it's this big, huge thing, and you're not supposed to go in it. But when I did a panhandling one in it, and we used paper. I like trying to do a gold digging thing instead of panhandling because I'm creative. And we used paper money, and ducks live in there, and so we might have killed some ducks.
Oh!
It's not ducks.
So that's just animal cruelty.
Right? I don't know.
Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I just thought of another thing that I didn't know on the topic. I was not yet an actor at this point, but I was an attention and media whore already. And so the coldest day on record was coming, and it was going to be like negative 20-something plus a wind chill factor, making it feel like negative 60. And me and my 4 roommates called the local Chicago TV stations and said, we are going to run around campus naked in the coldest day if you want to come here. And so we did. We streaked campus just so that we could get on the news.
Did they film it?
It's online. It is. That this fandom has found relics from my past that I cannot believe exist on anywhere, including VHS tapes of tax prep training. No, people are like, yeah, I was like thumbing through like the giveaways at the library and found this thing. Who is looking through VHS training tapes? Who has that kind of time on their hands? Taylor, that's actually, yes. Hi.
Do you mind a real serious question?
What is it?
Recently, on good authority, I heard that you grow heirloom tomatoes.
Wait a minute, is there like double entendre to that? Why is the audience screaming?
Yeah. No. You have.
Okay.
I have it on good authority that you grow heirloom tomatoes, and that when you have a sore throat, you either like shove them down your throat or just.
I feel like we're going to need to beef up security. What?
The hell are you talking
What's happening right now?
It was through a third party. It was through your cardboard cutout.
Oh, I
He
see.
was talking a lot. Cardboard cutout was so vocal, it was unbelievable.
So you like swimming things? No, I don't know. You know what? I don't negotiate with terrorists. Yes, hi.
At Con once, I heard you read the story about Go the Fuck to Sleep. It was spectacular. It's one of my favorite books. My question is, what is actually the favorite book that you read to Weston Nation, or what is their favorite book for you, and do you agree on it?
We definitely do not agree. We have not come to terms on that. I keep on trying to read things like A Wrinkle in Time and things like that, which are way, way, way too scary.
Too soon.
And too confusing. They like to read comic books. Yes, actually, there is something wrong with them. Because they don't know, like, the bubbles that come out of the mouths of the characters to indicate who's talking, they don't know who's talking. You actually have to be able to read yourself in order to enjoy a comic book. It's not a good thing to have somebody else read to you.
Or you do the voices.
Yes, you have to do the voices, but you have to do them perfectly, or else they're confused. And there's a lot of, it's an Avengers comic book, there's a shitload of characters. And you have to do them all very compellingly in order, and you have to remember which one is which, so it's a lot of work. You can't really phone it in the way I like to. I tell bedtime stories that are from, like, true stories from my childhood a lot to the kids, but I've completely run out of them. And unfortunately, my son doesn't forget anything, so I can't recycle any of my material. And so I feel like they say, oh, tell a story about when you were a kid. And I sit there for like 5 minutes. And hold on. I'm trying to think. Did I tell you the one about the little bunny rabbits? Yes, Dad, like 5 times.
Okay, so, addendum.
Yes.
Have you ever made up a story and made it true for them?
Made up a story?
Made up a story and told them that was true.
Well, I make up stories. I think the stories that I make up are often stories about me and my wife when we were kids, hanging out with them while they were kids. And I think that they've been able to piece together that that's a work of fiction. That's a good question. Yeah. Bedtime is like it's an. Do you have children?
I have 2 sons.
How old are they?
20 and 21.
When you're putting them to sleep.
It gets a little
How long does a bedtime ritual typically take you?
roughly 30, 45 minutes,
Yeah. I actually have grown to really like the bedtime ritual. I used to like count the minutes and be like, when is this going to be over? But now I slowly lull myself to sleep. in their tiny children's bed every night. It's nice.
And do you figure that's probably because you don't get to spend as much time doing it?
What do you mean?
Well, because you travel a lot, you don't get to do it.
Are you saying I'm an absent father? Good one, sir. He's like, go away, baby.
Not at all. I know you travel a lot for your work, so I mean, I imagine that like those moments become more precious.
I think that is true. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That makes sense.
They're,
As my boys got older, it became more and more important to me to spend those moments because I knew that they were going to be more and more fleeting.
yeah.
So you got on to them.
Speaking of fleeting, I was putting them to sleep, and I said, I love you guys. I love you. And I want you to never, ever grow up. I want you to stay my little kid forever and ever. And they said, no, we aren't going to grow up. And I said, no, you're going to stay my little babies forever. No, we are going to grow up. No, I want you to stay my little babies forever. And then Mason said, no, I am going to grow up. And then I'm going to die.
So you pull off amazing projects, big ones that I could never dream of like figuring out. And I'm planning on walking across the U.S. next year.
What? Walking across the what?
The U.S. next year.
Big deal.
Yeah, whatever. And I was
Do you have good footwear?
My question was, do you have any advice for these big projects that take lots of planning, and what you do to make sure that they get off the ground and get completed? Also, Dustin says hi.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I've got some long bike rides, bicycle touring, I like to call it. And it's an amazing way to travel. And so you're going to have an incredible time. I would say stay off of the interstates because it's illegal. That's some advice I have for you. And just be open to strangers. It's going to be kind of fun. You're going to meet a ton of people. They're going to let you sleep in their houses. That's going to feel a little weird at first. You're going to be like, that's creepy that you're inviting me back to your home, sir. And then you're going to actually find that there are really nice, amazing people with relatively clean sheets all around.
Well, I've actually been in contact with the events team for Ranmax, and we're doing it together.
Really?
Yeah. The reason why I'm actually doing it is because of your inspiration and a lot of the other cast members. So what we're doing is, I'm going to be talking to some like donation drives or park cleanups or going to nursing homes or children.
Are you going to have like, is it going to be like Forrest Gump, like there's going to be all these people
can join
trailing behind you?
People can join if they want a little bit, but they have to pick up all their own stuff.
They have to pay for their own stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm
That
just...
seems a little cheap.
It's 10 grand for me to do it.
10 grand?
Yeah.
Who charges you 10 grand to walk across there?
It's 5 grand for gear, and it's 5 grand to feed myself about, because it takes like 7 months to do.
Live off of 5 grand for 7 months. That's very admirable.
The most I've ever made is 12 grand in a year.
Wow. All right. That's very, very impressive. Well, I was going to say break a leg, but that doesn't seem appropriate. Hi.
Hi. So yesterday in your panel, you mentioned that you were telling a story about your kids, and you said you were in a bad mood because you're a parent. On that note, do you have any parenting advice to maybe avoid that?
Are you a parent?
Almost.
Really?
Yeah. Thanks.
When?
When in January I will be a parent.
Wow. Mazel tov.
Thanks.
Okay, yes, I will dispense some actual advice. So, when you're not a parent, you think, why are parents such douchebags, right? And then when you are parenting, and you're like, I am not going to be like that. I'm going to be the super cool parent who, like, just brings the kid along, folds them into my life. They're going to experience real adventure, and it actually, and I'm not going to. I used to tell myself, like, when I have kids, I'm not gonna do my like kids. We're not gonna go to the fucking playground. You know, we're gonna just like sink our teeth into life. We're gonna suck the marrow from things. We're gonna have great adventures. It does not work like that. You will be at the playground and you will be reading shitty children's stories that you don't like, and you just have to suck it up. I definitely had the notion that somehow they were just going to fold into the fabric of my life somehow, and it doesn't work like that. When we had West up here in Vancouver, and then when he was 3 months old, we decided, let's go on a road trip. That'll be awesome. By the time we got to San Francisco, he was so hoarse from crying that he couldn't cry anymore, which was kind of advantageous. I had a real moment of epiphany when we were in San Francisco after he had been crying for 3 days straight in the car and throwing up on himself. And I had him in like this baby Bjorn, which you will soon know what that means. And I had my hands over his ears because we were at some like San Francisco rave, like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, and all of a sudden I realized, okay, I think we're gonna have to modify our approach on this thing. This is not working at all. So yes, so you have to adapt to having children. You have to not try to do everything that you were trying to do before. I think that there's this weird modern perception that you should be able to, everybody in the family should be able to go work 50 hours a week and still, spend tons of time with your kid, and it doesn't really work like that. So you have to change your life to adapt to them and make more space and time for them and stop doing as many other things. Which is very depressing news, I know. But
You're saying I can't come to cons anymore?
No.
No, you can come to cons.
Yeah, you can.
Just bring the baby.
I'll bring the baby.
Bring the baby, it'll be like Saturday night. Congratulations. You know what it is?
Yeah, I do. It's a girl.
Congratulations. She said it's a baby.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good, how are you? You're not wearing shoes. Thank you for the update. You have all colorful socks.
Thank you. I was wondering what kind of preparation you had to get into for that wonderful scene you and Rob after Chuck eventually apologizes to Lucifer.
What kind of preparation?
Yeah, how do you have to do that?
You mean, how did I deal with having to act in a scene with Rob?
Yeah, exactly.
Jared, slap me in the face, I can't believe it. That's how we get ready for scenes. We take turns hitting each other. Slap me harder.
Corn fever. It was the harder portion.
Vancouver, I feel like there's all of these inside jokes.
Very inside.
Ah! Poor Misha.
What happened to you people? Used to be so nice. Oh, it's Ken and Brianna. Let's see. Rob has not been keeping them in check? No, we haven't. Yeah, I noticed that he's doing the Eiffel Tower every chance he gets. Yeah, I noticed that. I could smell his musk on it.
Things are getting out of hand.
This really is what it's like right before a riot happens. The energy in the crowd is building up. It's getting out of control. Pretty soon somebody's going to start throwing something. Someone will pull a knife. What? Church day, yes. How do I prepare with the scene? So, thank you. Hi. How's it going?
Do you have carpal tunnel? I mean, I already insinuated a lot of things, but mostly that you masturbate a lot.
By the way, I have to tell you. You people have no idea how stressful it is up here. One of the things that I am constantly conscious of is how I'm holding the microphone. I know that there's going to be some schmuck out there posting a photo online.
Well, now there is. And I don't want to talk about it. What was it you were afraid of doing? Show me again? What's the hardest way this time? Personally, the other picture will be much more desirable. Way less embarrassing for you. Much
Thank you so much.
I live to serve. And I live to watch her serve.
So it took me until the end of my panel just now to get to the bottom of why.
The what?
Why the one?
The crowd is very unruly. And borderline a violent mob.
Did you get asked about your heirloom tomatoes?
They broke the stuffing things down my throat. I masturbated a lot. And weirdly, that felt like one of the more tame moments. And it took me until just now to realize that it's because of YouTube.
You're never letting us do this again, but God, it was worth it. What a way it goes. Yeah. It's going down. Better enjoy it.
How many children are in the audience today?
Oh, they better good.
They left, didn't they? Yeah. All the little, cute little, tiny little Castiels and Crowleys are gone.
It's okay. At the beginning of the
the convention, I offered to pay for their therapy. So,
Oh, okay.
it's all okay.
Thank you. We should have a table, like we'll have like the merch table and the random acts table and the final lawsuit table. And creation.
Necessary,
Yeah. Well, this has been fucking terrible. We have time for one last question.
Okay, really quick. Aside from the obvious, how is voice acting different from acting in visual media?
Acting in the visual media?
Acting on film.
Acting in Do you do it? Do you do voiceover stuff?
I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How do you like it?
I think what I like about it is that like you don't have to wear anything special. You can do it naked.
That's actually not well, I mean, it is, and it is, I mean, so when you do voiceover work, you're in a studio with a lot of other people.
And I generally, that's my gig.
Yeah.
What people expect at this point.
On the Warner Brothers lot,
Yeah.
like, where do you put
Hey guys, how you
your,
doing, Frank? Good to see you.
where do you put your badge, like your security badge that they make you wear?
Yeah, where do you put it, Rob?
Right.
Is it like a little waxing? when
No,
you tear it off?
that's what my chest is shaved.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
Take it up. Sorry.
So, yeah, no, I guess that's what I like about it, like you don't have to, or you don't have to memorize your lines, they're all right there.
Yeah, that's true, that's a good point.
But,
It's like this, right?
Exactly. But, yeah, I don't know, I guess there's nothing bad about it, it's just, it can be tedious sometimes, I guess, but, more of that, this is good, this is great banter. This goes super well.
Do you ever have, like, does Adam and Gary ever, like, put little things up, do prompts for you to say while you're on stage?
Yeah.
Like, make a dick joke now. There's words on the screen here.
Yeah, but it's not Adam and Gary, it's Richard.
It's Richard's fake remote
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. A dick joke is really gonna kill right now. You're crazy to make a dick joke. So yeah, no, that's just my live feed and what to say.
Yeah. I was going to make a joke that, even in this context, I felt was inappropriate, so...
All right.
Do it!
No!
They are hungry
You've
girls.
been pushing me around. You've been pushing me around ever since I got up here, and I'm not going to take it anymore.